The people living here are disadvantaged people living in poor conditions and have been doing so for the past 15 to 20 years. And initially living in shacks where children have been brought up in very poor conditions, no education, running around in the streets, involved in drugs, and the need arose for a work to be done amongst the young people, especially in this township. So we started a group with approximately 6 people, and initially we moved from house to house, ministering to people, chatting to people, and getting the children involved in a daily program where we could meet with the children on a rugby field. We had no buildings at the time. There were only shacks, and the closest was on a rugby field, sitting on some chairs in the shade of an umbrella, teaching the children life skills, teaching them from the Word of God, teaching them how to worship, and feeding them. So the feeding program was, amongst others, giving them nourishing food to eat, meals every day, and also clothing them whenever clothes were available and donated. In the event of this work stopping and nobody being able to continue with the work, the children would automatically fall back to where they were initially, being street children running around in the streets, not being educated, and would obviously also not have clothing to wear and food to eat. Whereas at the moment, it's just the opposite. At the moment, they are being fed on a weekly basis. The small children in the creche are being fed from Mondays to Fridays. They receive a nourishing meal. They are taught life skills. They are taught hygiene. And I really fear that if this had to stop, I wouldn't want to know where the children are going to end up. Unless you find people that are prepared to help, that are prepared to take the initiative and to do the work that's being done here at the moment. Because I believe that not necessarily taking any credit for myself, but for the staff and the people involved here, amazing work is being done amongst the children. One of the reasons, and probably being the main reason why I am doing this and why I've been doing it so long, is number one, I believe God has called me to it. Number two, I've always had a heart and a compassion for poor people. And I believe it starts off with the little children. And to see these children running around unattended, it just drew me to be here and to be with them and to help them. And we've seen the progress over the years, and it's been remarkable. So it's a heart. You have to have a heart for it, a passion for it, and love kids. And we are privileged that we have a staff who have that compassion and have that passion to be with the children. I do believe there's many ways in which one can get involved in this work, and we need people in order for the work to progress. We do need people to assist, and we need assistance in many ways. Number one, obviously, a lot of people say we can pray for the work, which is very good, very important. But other ways, we need finances are very important. As it doesn't matter from how small the donation is, it doesn't matter how big the donation is, but finance is always needed. You can't run a work like this without finance, especially without getting any assistance from the government at this stage. And then also, there's many other ways, by donating clothing, by making yourself available from time to time, not necessarily on a full-time basis or every week, but whenever you can, visiting the work here at the school, coming to see what goes on for yourself, and also to make yourself available for whatever you possibly can. There are people that help with knitting jerseys, donating clothing, making up parcels, coming around here, entertaining the children. There are so many ways in which one can get involved if you do not have the time on a regular basis. So we are looking at, if you're down the road, if we don't have assistance with more people helping, finances not being available, we obviously won't be able to make the work increase and get bigger. But I do believe that there is a future, and that as soon as people start being made aware of what goes on here, more people will have the passion to want to join and get involved.